our adjudicator is Ibu Santi as national adjudicator from SMK The duration of each speaker will be notified by the timekeeper. The duration for my speaker, 4 minutes, not 1. 5 minutes, not twice. And 5 minutes and 20 seconds, not continuously. The duration for reply speaker, 2 minutes, not once. 3 minutes, not twice. 3 minutes and 20 seconds, not continuously. Please welcome to the first speaker of the African Day.
Good morning, everyone. Respectful and the honorable judges, and the respectful my teammates, and the respectful my opposing team, and thank you for letting me stand here to on behalf of my team that we were here because I want to tell you all about my statement right now. So, as we all know that the use of national exam was already fair enough for all of the students around the world to get into the universities they want, because they all use the same system and they all use the same quality of the they still use the same quality, and then all the scoring was also computerized, and that's what makes the score cannot be intervened by someone else, and then it also really brings the equality to all the students across the world once again. And then it really reduces the bias on some teachers to the students, and then it really reduces the impression of score. Like what? Maybe you ask. Maybe like when the teacher gave a huge favor to some of the students because they are the favorite students of them, and that is really unfair because some of the students doesn't even do anything and they don't deserve it. On the first place. And then from the data from the commanding group on 2021, they found some significant inflation on the report score. The national exam really deleting and stabilizing the subjective element from the teacher, so they can determine the real score. And then it really, once again, it really brings us to the equality that we want. That it could really makes the student on Indonesia to be more encouraged to take on the national exam, because they realize that this is the easiest way to get into universities they want. They could just study and they could get better from it. And it just really works for them. It's a win-win situation. And then it really brings us to the. It will really bring us for the students to even get more a brighter future, because we could be the next leader of this country, right? Or even we could be more successful in the outer country, and we could bring our things to them, so they can know about Indonesia more. And then it really makes the government think again about even about they should delete it or not, because there are so many students that want this system to keep on existing, because they really don't have the money or even have the fortunate background, because they only have their brains and their minds to think of, and that is really why we should support of the national exam, of the use of national exam on this country. That's all from me.
Okay.
Morning, the academy, and good morning to the time. So, thank you for letting me speak here and using my point to make the clarity. So, as we all know, our country uses a test based to standardized exam taken by all high school students to assess their academic performance. But sometimes this national test can become a missed aim for all the opportunity students who want to take a university national. While national test scores aim to create fairness, you see them as a main basis for university entrance can be eliminated. Why? Because they do not fully respect standardized ability, creativity, and its unfairly making advantage over the wealthy students. For example, relying solely on national test scores for university entrance overlooks student diverse talent and social economy. This probably leading to unfair advantage. For example, some of the wealthy students that have money and better privilege have joined a course and taking other advantage learning from or besides the school. And that's why the test is unfairly and it should not be the main basis for all the high school, for all the university entrance. And I will debate the opinion from the first speaker of the academic team that said the same system, all the tests taking the same system. Yes, all the tests taking the same system, but not every school and not every student can take and adapt to the same system over the whole world. I think that's all from me, and that's my point. Thank you for the educator and the academic team and the timekeeper who listens to my point. Thank you. That's all from me.
The second speaker from the affirmative left.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and I want to thank you for the educator, timekeeper, and everyone for giving me this time. And my highest respect for the educator and my opposing team right here, and for my team here from me. So, having a national test scores used as a gateway to enter this huge university is like a one in a lifetime opportunity to achieve one's dream. And having by using the national test scores, it's not that we're deleting other ways to enter universities. It's just an extra option for someone to enter the huge universities that they want. That they want. And I'm just going to give some okay. Forgive me. I'm just going to give some examples on why using national test scores are actually very useful and very efficient. And just like one of my partners said, significant score inflations for vocational schools. Now, these inflations are often used against vocational schools because for some universities, they've actually made some favoritism towards the opposite schools towards vocational. And for example, my brother from our school in SMK plus NUSANTARA vocational school, he got all perfect A scores. But the opposing student, they're from a different school that's not vocational, and once they saw the scores and once he saw the report in entering a really big university, the University of PELITA, they actually took the school from one instead of SMK plus NUSANTARA. Why? Because it's vocational school, and they've made a biased way to the other schools. And another example, the use of national test scores. Actually, people can be more motivated to be using their full potential to enter these big universities. And this study from Aelliam 2022 shows that regions with high participation in high participation in the national tests tend to have better literacy and numeracy achievements. This shows that having national test scores, students now have a chance of opportunity so that they can achieve their full potential, they can achieve their dream. And just to restate my first sentence, is that having national test scores and using national test scores to enter universities does not mean that other opportunities to enter, other opportunities for people to achieve their dreams are not deleted, but it's just an extra option. And I think that's all from me.
Present to the jury and to my academic team and to all the respected teachers and my friends here to giving me an opportunity to present myself and my team as the second speaker of the negative team. I am here to reinstate our point that we do not believe that national test scores are the answers or the right answer for our education system, especially for college entrance exam. Why? Because first, I'm going to bring up a few points from which I picked from the previous first and the second speaker of the affirmative team. First, we're going to talk about inflated scores. The previous speaker said that with our current grading system right now, we can easily manipulate our grade scores into having a better chance to get into a college. Well, we would argue that there's also a problem with the national test scores, which is prone to cheating. Teachers, administrators, and national test score officers can link those data, those tests to their students and give an unfair advantage. And also, from the first point of the first speaker, he said that with national test score, it gives a quote-unquote win-win situation for everyone. Well, I would argue that it's not for everyone because, first of all, getting a national test itself costs money, and studying, getting courses, mentoring courses costs even more money. So I would say that it is a win-win situation, but only for those who are privileged and has enough money that can afford it, which limits the accessibility of the college entrance itself. Cannot ignore that national test itself does not reflect a whole person, a whole student's ability, creativity, and their whole personality just by mere numbers on a paper. Or should I say, on the first speaker point, that it is computerized. How argue that being computerized itself causes a lot of issues? It can be prone to error, and it is also, unlike the first speaker stated, it is also prone to cheating and manipulation. In fact, according to NAEP, National Assessment Education Program, there is little to no correlation of the academic pressure of doing and pursuing a national test to actual academic success. It doesn't guarantee that a student will be successful. It doesn't even guarantee that they have well behaved or they're smart, because you can always get tutors, you can always get study. There is no, in any history, a national test that really proves someone's intelligence fairly. The leader of NGMP once said that national tests, or in Indonesia it's called UN, focus more on honesty rather than quality. Honesty, might I add, is something that is, again, prone to cheating and leaks from what is an already very poorly managed and very poor quality of a test. National tests and the overall score of it doesn't determine someone's ability. It doesn't even take into account for, let's say, someone's extracurricular activities.
someone's soft skills. It dismisses a lot of points which should have been taken into account for what should be accounted for academic success. Rather, it focuses on people, on students, remembering stuff from textbooks rather than thinking for themselves. This can lead to a very bad and also very privileged and secular environment of education in this country, proven again by our current academic state, which has been time and time again been questioned by the international stage. And also, I would also bring up the point that national test scores is not suitable for all majors. What if the major has a more creative side? What if it is unnecessary for you or other students to remember such a test? It is unflexible at our current state, and that is why it is rightfully removed. I will end this by saying, a successful student is not determined by the grades, but
5 minutes and 27 seconds.
Okay, thank you. Next, please welcome to the third speaker from the affirmative sense.
Thank you for the time and place for my judges, my team, and my team. I'm gonna answer the question that Dr. Kim gave, that national tests can get more people to check. So, in the first place, there's a very interesting process selection for college. With a national test, it's more transparent because the question is randomized. The default result cannot be manipulated. So from that data, the sources, LTM, the official organization, gives selection system based on open, very progressive and equitable and free from pollution, corruption, and nepotism. So the national tax is actually safer because they are more transparency. If the well people want to go to college, why they need to use a national test? They can just use their wealth to go to college with some money. So the talented people, not all people have talent that they can use and practice. Some people actually have the talent in intelligence. If they say that talented people can go to college, how about people that get talent from mathematics? They can use the opportunity to go to college. And some people they have talent in science. How about them? With national tax, they can prove the government they can prove the government that they are worthy to get to college and become more smarter. From the previous statement, that national tax can reduce the bias from other schools, because with national tax, you can see the real score and the real point and the real point for the students. And because of that, we need to support this national tax, because they can give opportunity for the people that doesn't have good fortune. And national tax can national test national test is used for people that doesn't have any money but have talented there's enough talent for go to college. Now they can achieve their dream. I think that's all. Thank you.
Firstly, I want to greet the educator and also my respectful students and also the audience and my dear firstly, I want to say that I and my team here by SMKN that we disagree with the motion as of now, with the motion being that the national high school is the way to enter the university. We again disagree with this motion because firstly, this system or this test does not guarantee that it will fully reflect the student's ability and activity, and because students is more than the results of the scores that they get from the test. And it is very much unfair for their opponents to say that it is fair for the students because they can just study and prepare for the test. Because unfortunately, there are some people that is more fortunate that can prepare more by getting into courses that will prepare them to for the national test for university, and maybe there's also a preparation test that can also prepare them. And it is also some of the points that the opponents or the affirmative team has said that it is a way more fairer system than what that uses grades to determine or on whether or not the student is worth it to enter the university or not, since the grades can be quote-unquote be manipulated, and the test system is way more fair because it can show the real scores and the quote-unquote real abilities of the students by the scores, by only the scores. Well, I want to argue that this type of system can also prone to cheating, and by the teachers or by the managers of the system can leak out the test questions to some of the people that is willingly to buy the questions from the test. And also, I want to reinforce again that according to National Assessment Education Program, that according to the study, the countries there is no correlation of pressure to academic success, but actually it instead limits students and teachers alike. And that's that from me.
Hello again, everyone. My name is Michael. Thank you to everyone that's present here and here again. We're blessed to be here on the university. I will again reinforce my statement that I believe that national test scores are the absolutely right or better choice for college entrance. Because again, we've proven that this does not correlate or it does not show a person or student academic actual success or their chance. It is very unfortunate that even without national test score, we are still judging and reducing students to mere numbers or grades. Unfortunately, the opponent team, the affirmative team, has failed to prove their point by that, and instead uses their personal experience as a proving point, from which we've proven to be wrong, because we've proven that based on studies A study, mind you, that is brought using 27 countries, including Indonesia, to prove that national test scores are ineffective and cost highly. I will end this with a quote again that good students aim for good grades. But great students aim for understanding. Thank you very much, everyone.
So, good morning once again. I'm standing here once again for replying of my teammates' statement that they all were saying that national exam was the only way to get into a universities. It's just an extra way to get into a universities, or if you could, the Minister of the Education really provides more way to get into a university that we want, not just the national exam. And that's why some of the cases, most of the students could chose their way to get into the universities that they want. And then this, I'm once again restatement that my teammates have said that it is a really chance, a one in a lifetime, because after that you cannot get this way again, and you have to choose the other way that is the extra way to get into the universities. And then for the using of the national exam score, not just about the efficiency, but it gives an opportunities to the passionate students to achieve their dreams and fulfill their potential to get into the job they want, or even the career they want in their life, so they could provide more for themselves. And that's all from me.
Why do you say so? Then you explain it, you elaborate it, because this one and that one, this one and that one. And after that, to make it stronger for your opinion, you have to give the example. Now, it would be better if you back up your opinion or your argument with some data from survey, maybe from research, yeah. Nah, itu keren. Not from my own brother, not from my family. It is not acceptable. Yeah. Next time, it's okay. I can understand it is maybe the first time for you to debate. It is excellent, right? So I want to ask you, how long have you prepared for this debate? 1 year? One month? 1 month? 1 week there. 1 week. 2 days, my God. 1 week maybe, so no problem if you haven't done your best. It's okay, I can understand fully. But you have to make it better next time you have the debate. Nah, and then after the example, the data, and then you link back. See? To remind us again, what's your point? Yeah, kan? Okay, so again, I disagree with this motion because from your point of view. And the second one, do not talk too much about giving example. Ya kan? Example is just one part of your argument. Pokoknya debater sih ya, kalau you will feel the benefit of being a debater, ya kan? Bukan jadi tukang debate di mana-mana, enggak. But the way of your thinking itu jadi systematically, and then enggak obrol, enggak asal ngomong doang without data. Jadi berbobot banget ya. So next year ya, and then you enjoy this competition again, or maybe you can join other debate competition from other institution ya. Pokoknya jangan berhenti jadi debater for the rest of your life. Iya, harusnya. Nah, jadi I'm really glad that this debate competition is coming back to us. Ya enggak? Udah collapse berapa tahun nih kan? Alhamdulillah ada lagi. Yang mau kenal sama SMA, siswa SMK juga bisa berpikir kritis. And then, the last one is recap ya. Recap itu selalu harus bisa. The second speaker of a team is the what is it ya? You have much time ya, more time to deliver the argument karena nggak punya tugas administrasi. administrasi untuk jelasin lagi teman saya mau ngomong apa dari apa, kita nggak perlu. You just jot down to the point that you are going to rebut from your opponent, and then jot down to your argument. Waktunya lebih banyak elaborate daripada first speaker. Maka yang paling pintar mengelaborasi pilih the second speaker. Yang rada-rada administrasi pilihnya the first speaker. Nah, the third speaker itu yang paling galak, yang paling gitu, karena tugasnya third speaker cuma ribat, terus nanti strengthen lagi, recapping lagi the opinion from your press, tapi nggak repeating the same words gitu with your own sentences. Itu third speaker ya. Jadi nanti boleh mau changing position, aku kurang galak nih nggak jadi third speaker, nah jadi first aja, first yang paling kalem kayak gitu ya. Karena si third speaker ini harus jeli melihat poin-poin yang belum diribat sama temennya. Temenku udah melibat ini, tapi yang ini belum nih. Jadi yang third speaker mah dengerin aja dulu, kan dia terakhir manggungnya ya. Ini belum diribat, nah ini kayak gitu. Begitu selesai, oke ya, aku mau ribet itu. Jadi komunikasi antara kalian juga harus cepat kayak kan. Gue ribet ini ya, ribet itu kan udah ini kayak gitu. Nah, keren ya. Nah, terus reply speech sudah oke tadi, karena reply speech itu ya. Reply speech itu kan sifatnya hanya ya tadi menguatkan kebalikan. Di reply speech ini yang tadi paling pintar elaborate sama Gakwen sama Aseng kan. Salah satu kelebihan di reply speech adalah you have to show that your team's argument is the right one ya, by cuman well our team's argument is right. Apa artinya gitu ya, terusin elaborate. And then terus showing the weakness ya kan of the opponent's team. Why the opponent team or the negative team or the affirmative team said that while we are actually thinking that it is not right, kayak gitu ya. Elaborasi lagi gitu, right? Nah itu reply speech. Jadi reply speech itu tugasnya ngejatuhin tapi cantik gitu ya. Gak pakai personal attack, nggak gitu. Cuma pakai tadi argumen aja. Wah keren. Tapi ini luar biasa ya. Nah di second ini kita udah mulai panas gitu tadi ya. So because this is the silent round, you will hear or the announcement will be given in the hall, right? Yeah. But for me, everybody is the winner ya.